Now we're on a nighttime shoot here in the very heart of London, and it's a venue that we've been to before. I say venue, a rather prestigious house. This house, this flat, number 54 Eaton Square, belonged to the celebrated Indian-born British actress Vivien Leigh. Famous, of course, for starring in Gone with the Wind, a film we talked about actually most recently here on the channel. Fascinating stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. But then when you look into certain things, you find out there's another history behind this particular famous flat. And I wanted to share that with you today. Neil Sean here in the very heart of London as ever. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, we're in a bit of a nighttime shoot, of course. I'm out with a lovely man called Mr. Mo, who is filming me. Yes, you see, finally found some help. Yes, we'll give Mo a wave, but yes, finally found some help. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because, as I say, you know, when you're looking into things and you think Eaton Square, what a wonderful place to live. Lots of famous people have lived here over the years, including Mick Jagger, Sir Roger Moore, even James Bond, of course, was based here in Eaton Square. Placed there, of course, by Ian Fleming. He thought this was a very prestigious address. But here, by a very strange twist of fate, and it's something I wanted to share with you, was the German film actress Louise Rainer. Now, she lived in this flat that was occupied by Vivien Leigh afterwards. What a strange thing. Now, the reason behind this particular story is this. Louise Rainer lived to a very wonderful old age here in the United Kingdom, reaching over 104. And this flat saw a lot of royal action because the late Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth, alongside her beautiful daughter, Princess Margaret, would regularly turn up here for tea. You know, just basic girly chats all about the wonderful golden days of Hollywood. Now, Louise had a very spectacular, if not short, career out at MGM. And what was interesting was, going, as I often say, back through some old MGM star interviews, is this. When you think about it, there is Vivien Leigh, the spectacular star of Gone with the Wind, living here. And Louise Rainer also actually auditioned for Gone with the Wind, but not according to this celebrated MGM star that I got to meet. You see, what happened was she went to Louis B. Mayer and said, listen, you know, I very much would like this part. Let's not forget at this point, she's the only woman to have won 2 Oscars back to back. So celebrated, no two ways about it. But the problem was that Louis B. Mayer didn't really have the full kilter on casting. That went to David Selznick, obviously. But then what happened was they said, okay, we will give you a test. But they were so unimpressed by the idea of Louise becoming a star in Gone with the Wind, they never bothered to film it. So the story goes that she believes there was a lost video of her performance in Gone with the Wind, but simply wasn't the case. As I say, Louise became a very much celebrated figure in and around London, meeting with all the greats, included, of course, wonderful actors like Sir Laurence Olivier, major royals, as I mentioned, Princess Margaret, the Queen Mother, regularly popping in here. And when you do come around London sometimes and you kind of just walk past here on a night when you're filming, and then you think about everybody who's climbed those stairs, it really is pretty amazing. And by the way, then you look back and listen to interviews and find out that even in the golden era of Hollywood, people were simply lying to you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.